So as you can see, yesterday we had a pretty drastic wind gust. I think I heard on the radio maybe gusts up to 100 kilometers an hour. And it's a lot to deal with when we just got through a pretty stressful corn harvest. So trying to keep it together, but this has been a really tough week. I'm trying not to manifest the bad and the negative, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is kind of the straw. So the good thing is our builder came out right yesterday afternoon. I called Brightspan right away and I said, well, I was like in shock. And Cliff, my builder, my contractor, came right out like 2 hours later. He was far enough away. And he took measurements, and they're gonna do what they can do right away to get this covered. To make matters worse, this group is due to lamb any day. The good news is I don't hear any little voices this morning, so I'm praying they hold off lambing. But what I'm afraid of is the stress that they're gonna endure with when they come to fix this, because bringing a lot of guys in and equipment that they're not used to and cranes and all the things, I'm so scared they're gonna abort or mismother their babies because they're stressed out. Lambing has to be a very stress-free zone because they're already very just fragile. This is the south wall, so the wind was strong enough that it knocked down a lot of these gates, and these gates are piled up along each other. So for them to fall, like some of these are heavy. This creep gate is heavy, so for it to get knocked over and like, I don't know what happened. I think there's 8 gates here on top of each other. I just cannot believe the force. So it had to have just been a real big gust. Of course, I had just bedded everything yesterday and it looks like it will need done again. They're scared, so they're packed at the back. You know, winter is the one time of year that, you know, the sheep, in my opinion, should be inside. And I know they're protected outside if you have the right places, but for my own personal comfort, I like them inside. I like them protected. I like them not in the wind and the rain and the snow and the chilling temps. And that's why we built it. And for this to happen in November is just so stressful to me. They'll be fine, but I don't know about me. It was supposed to rain all night, so little blessings. It doesn't look like it rained much over on that floor. I was scared I'd have to be cleaning up water all morning, so that's nice. We missed the big rains that they were calling for. They are calling for freezing rain Sunday, so I'm really hoping they can come up with something before then, but they're probably gonna have to make a whole new cover, so I don't know what they can do. I hope they can do something temporary. I'll come back on here and keep you posted as I learn more. Right now I'm just going to start cleaning up all these gates and go from there. I'm just at a loss, complete loss. I got everything cleaned up there. I'm gonna I don't know what to do over here. I think I'm gonna clean up all the plastic that got blown all over the place. And maybe try to clean up that floor a little bit before it gets too cold and it turns to ice. And then I'll feed and get on with the day, because no matter what, the animals still have to come first, and all this other stuff is just gonna have to wait. So good news, I've been on the phone a few times this morning just trying to figure out what's gonna happen, and Cliff contacted me first thing this morning. He was the one that came yesterday, and he has moved like heaven and earth to make this happen. So they are actually gonna start dropping off equipment tomorrow and Saturday, and start, I think Monday, my new tarp is getting built at the factory, and Tuesday they're hoping to install it. So it's just such great news, and I'm so glad he called me first thing this morning, because that's when I was really starting to hit the wall. So that's amazing news. It just goes to show you that in business, for Mark and I, it's always been no matter what the product, I mean, product is key for sure. The thing that's going to keep you loyal is the relationship behind the product. It's the follow-up and the follow-through from some of these companies. And you know, I've toured this barn I don't know how many times to how many people. I guess that's what I mean. It's kind of a relationship back and forth, and Mother Nature has been horrid. It's not just us that this affects, it's the whole supply chain after us, right? And I know Cliff is he had to work really hard to find bodies, to find people, because there's barns being built everywhere, and he's got to pull people off crews that are already somewhere else trying to build stuff. So I'm so appreciative and feeling very blessed that this is happening. I'm gonna run in here quick and show you what they're gonna do, as I know it anyway. So what they're gonna have to do, this tarp is in two pieces. So the seam halfway is right there. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna cut this. I don't know if they'll cut it here and there, but anyway, they're gonna cut it at the seam and replace this whole thing. So they have to come and actually take down all the chimneys first. So they're gonna come, and hopefully the winds are died down enough. I'm just thankful there's no damage at that back end where the sheep are. So my sheep, they're still like scaredy pants. They're so used to stuff being a certain way, and when like this is scaring them. I know it's weird, but animals are creatures of habit, and what they're used to is what they want. I want to make up my lambing kit, so I just went and got a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna run out and grab the stuff that I just bought and show you guys kind of how I prepare a lambing kit. This afternoon I'm waiting for my insurance adjuster to show up, and to go over with her everything that happened. So I will go get that stuff and bring it out and show you how I make my lambing kit. Okay, here's the lambing kit. I want to show you too what else I did. I put in, I got a table because I wanted a coffee pot in here, because you guys have been like, why do you wait so long before you go out in the morning? I'm like, because I need my coffee. And they're like, A, put it in a travel mug, or B, put a coffee maker out in your barn. And my barn's been so like, this room is so small that I haven't really had a spot to put one. So I went to Canadian Tire and grabbed a table. No, this is Home Depot. And I bought a little Keurig on sale. So now I can have coffee out here and get my butt out of bed and out to the barn earlier. So that's the #1 thing I did. Coffee. My lambing routine is coffee first. Okay, so here's the stuff. I'm gonna get the rest of my lambing kit here. I've done videos on this before, so if you've seen this, you can skip through. I bought some RFID tags. There's 140-ish ewes due, and they're probably going to average 2 or 2.2 lambs, so I'm going to need at least like 300 tags, I guess. I get some selenium because our soils, there you go. Our soils in Ontario are low in selenium, so I give them an injection of that. Some people put it in their feed, whatever. Oh, I got a call. It's my insurance people. Perfect. Yep, I'm in the barn, so no problem.
Okay, awesome. I will see you shortly.
Awesome. Just drive right on back to it's at the very back of the property. Just come right on back in the man door. Yep, in the man door, you'll drive right up to it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Thanks. Okay, bye. Sweet. Okay, insurance is on our way. She sounds very nice. Okay, I get vet wrap all the time in case I have any deformed legs I gotta fix. I've had a couple videos on that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, full disclosure. I get some calcium borogluconate. And that's for any ewes that might go down with pregnancy toxemia or like ketosis before they lamb. I sometimes give them some of this and some glycol. Oh shoot, I hope I have glycol. Oh yeah, I got glycol on the shelf. So that's the other thing I get. Is this glycol. And that is done orally. And this is done sub-Q, injected into the ewe. Oh, everybody asked me about marking paint. This is the paint that I get. It says it's made in the UK, actually. But it is professional marker for sheep and lambs. It's Pro Mark. So that is the paint that I spray on. It lasts pretty good. Some of the lambs from last group still have their markings on. And then other lambs, it disappears, so I don't know why it sometimes lasts and sometimes doesn't. I was getting low on lube, so I bought a new lube. Lube helps with ewes if the lambs get too big and get stuck. A ewe appreciates being lubricated if the lamb is a hard pull. I'll leave it at that. Okay, so that's the stuff I bought. Of course, I still have, this is what I wanted to replace this, but it's a cradle for weighing the lambs. So I put the lamb in there and it's just a fish scale, and then I weigh the lamb. And I'll show you all that when we get to lambing again. This is the applicator for the RFID tags. So they just fold in there and then you clip it on the ear. These are tail elastics. So those goes on the tails. The ewe lambs, because I always pick through my groups to see which ones I keep back for the flock, I am gonna do theirs because of cleanliness, and especially when these girls start lambing. When they start lambing, all that bacteria, that's the first thing that lamb hits, is all that gnarly manure. So I like to do the ewe lambs. I think that's it. I think that's my lambing kit. I just have to arrange it and clean it, because it's full of straw. This is, I use like a wash gear. Like this is what we use when we go to shows to show calves and stuff. We put our wash gear in here. So I just have to clean it out because it's gross. The other two things that I've got coming is some more acidified milk replacer for my machine. There's quite a few multiples in this group. And the other thing I did was got a case of colostrum, the Grober colostrum. I can show you that. This is, in my opinion, in lambing, the most important thing of my whole entire lambing kit. Between me, like emergency, or mom, this is how your lamb will live. So you do not require any of these things if your lamb doesn't get this first, and that's colostrum. This is a powdered colostrum from Grober. I will feed this to any lamb that is slow getting started, any lamb that looks cold and needs to, needs a kick to get up and get drinking. Any lamb that's like a multiple that I just don't think is getting its fair share. Every lamb needs to get this into them in the first 5 hours. If you don't get colostrum into them in the first 5 hours, I hate to say that it might die, but your lamb might die eventually. So try your best to get, everyone wants to know how much. I would say as much as they will drink. But if you can get 50 mils in that first 5 hours, that's good. Try, and then keep trying. I try that first day. I try to get them fed like 4 times a day, and basically as much as they'll drink is how I do it. That's how I fed my kids anyway. Okay, and now I gotta organize. Okay, my insurance adjuster just left. She was lovely, so I hope that all is fine. So now it is out of my hands. There's not much I can do except for deal with everything on the ground. These are my responsibility. I cannot do anything structurally. These girls are due any day. They're due like December 6th, but as we all know, with any of my vlogs, my sheep tend to lamb a bit early. So I just hope they lamb after Tuesday. If I could pick a day, Wednesday would be fine. And I've got everything ready to go. My lambing kit is all set up. I'm cleaning out my automatic lamb feeder right now and cleaning my hoses, so that will be good to go. We just wait for babies now, and it's gonna happen. The day is turned around. I'm feeling much better. Very thankful. Thank you guys for watching, and I will keep you posted as to how this all shakes out.
Bah.